Hello, I'm Claire Francis. Welcome to the channel. Today my mission is to find some good quality pieces at bargain prices. So I'm heading to the outlet village and I'll show you what I found. This week, so schedule's a little bit different. I was in London at the weekend, as I mentioned to you on the comments, which was why I was a little bit slow to return. Didn't do a lot of shopping up there. I was preoccupied with family and things, but tomorrow I'm actually going on a shopping trip to the outlet. I'm going to have a look at what they've got in there for autumn. They've got a good crew clothing there and Joules and things like that, and they've got a nice mint velvet, they've got Barber, quite a few interesting shops for us to have a look at, so we're going to be doing that. I've also got the Boots advent calendar to have a look at. Now I do want to compare this to another calendar as well. Whether I'll have time to do that this week or not, I'm not sure, but I will be reviewing another one as well. But today we're going to be doing the Boots number 7 calendar. So that will be something to look forward to. I'd like to show you what's in there and give you sort of my verdict on whether it's a good investment or not, or a good as a gift. A couple of new things to show you first of all though. Today I'm wearing this knitted dress. Now I'll try and show you the length of it. It's come up quite nice and long actually. On me it's sort of lower calf length. It's a really nice knitted dress. It's this sort of burgundy wine colour. It's actually from Crew Clothing, but it feels really lovely quality. I'll put the composition on the screen. It has a little collar here. Don't know if you can see that, and then the V-neck, which is very flattering on me, obviously. If you've got a larger bust, it's nice to have the V-neck there. And the reason I liked it, Crew Clothing, often I find with some of their dresses, they're almost like knee length on me, which isn't really what I want. But as I said, this one comes down nice and low. Let me just turn it down a little bit so you can see the bottom of it there. So that's the length of it there. I've got it on with my kitten heel shoes, you can see there, with the similar sort of colour. So it fits in there, and then it's got a flared skirt which has a sort of rib detail on it. So really liked that, and I really liked the price as well. So I actually got it for a really good bargain price. I think the full price is £85 or £89, and they had it in the sale and it was £50. And I thought, well, I've got to try that because I do like knitted dresses, and it's very flattering because it comes in and then just flares over your tummy. Haven't got any control underwear or anything on at the moment, but it's giving me quite a nice silhouette. And then, as I say, you've got the flared skirt there, which is good for my sort of shape because it does give me hips, but also if you're a little bit pear-shaped, it's good because it does cover that up a little bit. So I think this would be a really versatile dress for lots and lots of different body shapes. It came in this colour. I think it comes in the navy, and I was toying with looking at seeing if it still is in store in the navy, because it's one of those things, you just put it on and you've got the outfit. And it would look lovely with knee-length boots. I might even try it with my ankle boots as well. I know obviously it looks better if you've got the full-length boot, but I still can't find a nice pair of boots that I actually like at the moment. And one other thing to show you, I got this watch. I don't know if you've seen it recently. This was something I got recently. It's from Fossil. I'll show you a little bit closer up actually. It's a Fossil watch. And I was looking for a watch with a brown strap. My other watch that normally has a black strap is actually broken at the moment. I do need to get it fixed, but I've been looking for a brown one to go with all the browns I've been wearing, and I think it looks nice with the burgundies as well. And this was a bargain price from TK Maxx. It was £34.99, I think. So lovely watch there. I'm really enjoying wearing that. I have really small wrists, which is a little bit annoying because you have to do it virtually up onto the last but one or two holes on the strap, and then it means sort of the buckle bit comes right at the side there. So that's the only problem I have, but at least with this sort of strap you can have it any size, so it goes quite big to quite small, so any size would be able to wear that. But I really liked it. I thought it was nice and clear. I can see it. I can see the second hand ticking. So that's ideal. And just to show you today, later on, when we look at the advent calendar, I'm going to be showing you my new reading glasses, which are these ones. I don't think I've shown you these before. They're actually Versace, and they had a very good offer on at Boots. But you'll be seeing me wearing these later. I do need to wear my glasses for reading now. I was getting away with it up to a couple of years ago, and then now, you know, you go out to a restaurant, if you haven't got glasses, then you're really sort of a bit stuffed because you can't read the menu. But I do like these. I'll show you them on. I quite like the shape on me, and I like the colour, a little bit pale, sort of blends in to your face a bit, so not quite as obvious maybe, and it's got that little gold detail on the side there. These are all the items that came in the calendar. Let's just have a look at them. So I've sort of organised them in terms of use. So we've got some cleansers here first of all. We've got a daily energising exfoliating cleanser, which is a fairly large size, 50 ml. We've also got a Future Renew Damage Reversal Peptide Cleanser, suitable for sensitive skins. Again, that's, I think, the same sort of size, 50 ml, yeah, so there's that one. And there's another one here, what's this one? Oh, this is the body wash. This is the only product that's actually to do with your body care. So that's a small 50 ml one as well. Then after cleansing, we've got toning. So I really like this toning water. I started using it and it definitely improved my skin. So I think just wiping away the residue of the cleanser is important. You can use water, but I found it actually worked better using the toning water there. Then we've got some moisturisers. So we've got a Day SPF Day Cream Damage Reversal there. We've got Radiance Vitamin C Daily Brightening Moisturiser there. We've got Hydrating Night Gel, that's the Hydroluminous Night Gel there. And we've got Multi-Face Neck Action Night Cream. Sorry, Face and Neck Action Night Cream from the Restore and Renew brand. Then in the front here, we've got the primer. I really like this Lift and Illuminate primer. I do use that when I have one. It does help makeup just to sit a little bit better on your skin, stays a little bit longer, sort of makes your skin look that little bit better. Even on its own, it actually is just a very slight filter for your skin. Then we've got a few of these smaller ones with the more intense creams. This is the Damage Reversal Night Serum. It's just a small 5-minute one there, but I know that's quite an expensive product. And we've got another Future Renew Damage Reversal Serum there. These are around, I think, 12 ml, something like that. And this is a good one as well, Pure Retinol, 0.3% retinol night concentrate. You can use that in specific areas, or you could add it into your night cream if you wanted. And then we've got a few of the smaller ones, the Lip Care Protect and Perfect one there. This is one of those booster serums. So again, you can put it in your night cream or use it on specific areas, just a small one there. And we've also got the eye cream, the Protect and Perfect eye cream. So that's basically your skincare products. Then let's have a look at the makeup products. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 15 skincare products. And we have the little powder puff as well there, the little powder puff, or you could use it as a cleansing puff or whatever you wanted to use it for. Then we've got quite a few pieces of makeup, and obviously they're more full-size products, and as you know, each item probably could be worth £10. So it's a good value set. As I said, it's £60 to buy. If you got your name down early, you could get £10 off that, which I did. But I think even for £60, you're getting a lot of creams there, even though some of them are the mini sizes. So let's look at the makeup. So we've got a nail varnish first of all. Because I have my nails done with gel, I don't tend to use these now, but it's a glittery, pale, sort of browny, nudie, bronzy glitter colour there, gel finish. We've also got a couple of lip products. So we've got the Pro Artist Lip Pencil. I'm actually wearing the lip products at the moment. So this is the lip pencil. It's in quite a nice shade. Sort of a neutral pinky brown shade. If you can see that, I'll try and zoom in a little bit for that. And we've got the lipstick. Now the lipstick this year is a better colour. It's this sort of rosy pink colour. It is a nice shade, neutral sort of pinky, but a bit darker, a little bit deeper, which I think is much more suitable for mature skins. Last time they had a very pale, almost chalky looking one. It is a matte though. So what I've done is I've actually got the lip shine over the top. So this is the Pro Artist Lip Shine Oil, which is a colourless oil over the top, which I've got. And then we've got a pencil. Now actually they've done what I asked them to do last year, which is do a different colour to black. So this is the 12-hour Artist pencil. It's actually a brown. Would look quite nice with brown or burgundy, plum, that sort of thing. So they have actually got something a little bit different there. It's not just a typical black eyeliner again. And they've got the mascara, Intense Volume. I think this will be black. Yes, this is a black mascara, but that's a nice mascara as well. They're at probably more like £14 normally, I think. So we've got 6 makeup items there, which is a sell. I think you get your value even from the makeup items alone. But I'm actually wearing, the cheek tint. Where's that gone? Just a second, let me get the cheek tint. This is quite a large one. I'm sure it's larger than it used to be. It's in a shade called Taupe Blush. It's actually quite a dark shade. I'll try and show you there. I have got it on at the moment, but it's a fairly deep colour. It's a deep sort of plummy, taupey colour. And I've actually got it on with some highlighter over the top, which is a number 7 as well. That doesn't come in the set, but I do like to put that over the top of blusher. Just illuminates your skin a little bit, gives you a bit of highlight on the cheekbones and things. So that's what I use regularly as well. So we've got 7 makeup products there, which I think you get your value just out of those. You know, altogether those would be very expensive. You're thinking roughly £10 per item at least. It also does come with this eyeshadow brush and a £5 voucher of some of the skincare number 7 do. And then we've got all the skincare there. So I think it is a really good value set actually. And you know, makeup, skincare, there's just one body product as we said, but I think for £60 you do get your value for money there. So if you're thinking of buying it for yourself, why not? It might save you a bit of money in the long run. Say the makeup I got from last year's one, I've been using all year. I'm still using the eyeshadow palettes. Still got some of those things going now. So it has been a really good value set. Lovely gift for somebody as well. If you've got daughters or a friend or a granddaughter or something. Lovely set, really, really useful. And some of these, I know they're very small, but you only need a tiny amount of them just to boost certain areas or mix them in with your night cream, as I said, and very useful as travel sizes, obviously, as well. You can just pop these in your luggage or in your handbag or whatever. So good value set overall, I think. So well done, number 7. So here we are at the outlet going into Mint Velvet. Lots and lots of good things in here today. Lots of nice knitwear. This little cardigan / jumper, the buttons on the diagonal there, that was £59. Thought that was lovely. And then we've got more knitwear over here. Another nice V-neck jumper. So that had a nice sort of rib detail around the top there. That was £59. Seems to be a bit of a standard price for the knitwear. Then we've got this lovely gilet. I think this is a reversible gilet, so you can wear it either way. And I did try on the coat last season and it was a bit too bulky, so the gilet might be a little bit better. That was £89. And then we've got some more nice things, just too many things to pick up really. I could have looked at everything. Another nice cardigan, really like this. It's sort of a jumper / cardigan. The buttons are again on the diagonal. This was really nice, £59 again, which was quite a good reduction. Felt really nice quality material that. I think there must have been some wool in there. Then they had the interesting table there, lots of accessories and other things. We've got that little pom-pom hat and gloves, look nice. A star jumper there, there's lots of those in store. Then we've got this coat with the fringing. Now that was reduced a couple of times, it was £79 and I did like that. I did actually try it on, however I don't think it really suited me. The shoulders didn't hang quite right on me and the fringing was a little bit fussy, but I did really like it. I thought that was really nice. A fur coat there and a jumper with bows on. That looks a little bit more like it does come from last year. Now this is Mint Velvet, their relaxed glamour vibe. That's their sort of style mantra. And back to that little table there, we've got a nice tote bag there. That looks nice, and a red jumper. And some things like the leather belts and that, they were nice. A nice pair of zebra print shoes there, ballet flats, and other bits and pieces nicely set out there. They all look very attractive. You can see there was some boots as well there. Jeans with the red stripe, very unusual. And then there was this beautiful red cardigan. Now this was really, really fluffy, really woolly. So I think it would have been a little bit irritating for me. It was £49 though. And it's definitely got a lot of wool in that. It did feel like a nice cardigan, but maybe a bit too woolly for me. Then another cream cardigan with that big ribbed detail around the waist. That was really nice. Was £55. It sort of got the press stud buttons. And then what else have we got? Say lots and lots of nice things. Another jumper with stars on the sleeves there. Then there was this little cream jacket. This was £99. Again, reduced from a lot more of that with the gold buttons. Quite nice, but a bit too cropped probably for me. Then lots more party wear there. You can see there we've got some party wear in the background. More star print jumpers there. And a nice fur gilet there. That looked really nice. I think that was about £100. And going on to that party wear there, there's a nice black detail blouse there. Lots of frills, the boho vibe. And there was this silver dress that I thought looked quite nice. Probably not a good shape on me, but it was £69. I thought that was a really nice dress. Would definitely suit somebody with a different shape to me. Then something more casual. I actually have this set, but this is a slightly different top, and that was £39, which I think is a good price for that because it's normally very expensive. It's a real sort of soft touch luxury feel. And then a lovely wool coat actually. Now this was double-faced wool, I think. It was £99, which for mint velvet I think was a good price. And double-breasted, as you can see. If I didn't have a grey coat already, I would have been very interested in that. And we can see different colourways here. We've got some greens and blues. And now we're in June. So this again had lots and lots of good things. We've got some ankle boots there, £72 with a little sort of kitten heel. They look nice. And lots of suede boots as well. These long line suede boots were, what price was that? I think £110 or £135. They're a little bit more expensive. Love those suede bags there. Very tempted by those. They were £70. I like the dark brown one. More suede kitten heel boots, nice there. And we've also got the ankle boots here. So these suede ones were, let's have a look. Oh yeah, £110 for the ankle boots. They were nice. Not sure how hard wearing they're going to be. That's the only thing that puts me off the suede. Nice higher heeled boots there, a bit too high for me to wear, I think. Some nice bags as well there, little faux suede there. Quite a nice little sort of almost half moon sort of type of bag. What was the price on that one? £80, so still quite pricey. You can get these sort of bags in TK Maxx for about half that price. Lovely long boots though, but again very high heeled. They were very nice. I do like that patent burgundy colour boots. And some more boots there, a lot of boots shall we say. And then we've got the riding boots as well. I did try a pair of those on. They were too big on the calf and a little bit tight in the actual foot. So not quite the right shape for me. And then some sort of heavier duty, thicker soled type boots as well. And other ankle boots and things. So a whole selection of boots. There was a really good selection there, like those burgundy ones there. Those are the ones I actually tried on, but as I said, they weren't suitable. Good selection though. Then lots of nice bags. I liked that brown bag at the top there. That was nice. I think it was about £70. And some burgundy bags, that woven type fabric there, the woven faux leather looked really nice. You can see the colourways. They've got black, they've got brown, they've got burgundy. I did really like that burgundy bag as well there. I do have a small burgundy bag, but I was considering the brown one. And some bigger tote bags as well there, you can see. So what did I pick up on my shopping trip? Actually a couple of pieces of knitwear and one other item I'll tell you about in a minute. Let's have a look at the knitwear first of all. So I got this jumper from Joules. Now, you know I've been into my cable knit at the moment, and yes, I did buy a Marks and Spencer's cable knit. This one is a little bit different. It's a little bit thinner and it's 100% cotton, but I thought this would be a lovely layering piece. It feels really nice. It's sort of medium weight, but because it's hot cotton, it's not going to be too hot at the moment to wear. So I thought that would be ideal. Will go underneath all my coats and jumpers. Now I got a size 12. It was £37.95. I think the full retail price is something like £55, something like that. So it was £37.50, which I thought was a good price. You can see the sleeves there. I'll show you this on in a minute. Really nice cream jumper. The second item I got was from Mint Velvet. Now I tried on quite a few jumpers there. This is the one I chose because I really like this detail. So we've got here a nice sort of crossover detail here, but it is actually in place, so you don't have to keep adjusting that. And then it's got a nice rib at the bottom here. And I think it's a really nice flattering shape for somebody with a larger bust because you've got that V there and it's fitted. I did get the large size for this. The medium would have been fine, but I just thought, you know, give yourself a little bit of leeway because it is quite tight around the middle there. I wanted it not to look too pulled tight. So that was a lovely jumper. Now this wasn't cheap. It was actually an £89 jumper and it was reduced to £59. So it's this sort of pale biscuity colour, really nice colour. I'll show you that one as well. But really nice, and the fabric, I'll have a look at that as well. Now, composition wise, it's a really interesting fabric. It's cotton, around 50% cotton, I think, and viscose, has a little bit of polyamide in, but it also has, I think it's 6% cashmere. So it does have a lovely soft feel, really nice fabric. It does say hand wash only. I don't know if you could get away with that in the washing machine on a very simple low setting, possibly, but it feels really premium. And as I said, if you like your natural fibres, which I know many of you do from last week, we've got a lot of natural fibres in this one, and we've got 100% natural fibres in that one. So interesting. We've gone up to the slightly more premium brands and we've got a really nice composition there. I like the rib detail on the back as well. I think that's really nice, and the sleeves there have quite a long cuff detail there, and we've got the buttons there as a little detail along there. They're sort of slightly mother of pearly, pearlized beigey brown buttons. A really lovely jumper. So let me show you those two on. This is a nice weight, as I said. It's, you know, thickish, but it's not heavy at all really, and because it's cotton it's quite cool. You can see the length there. I can pull it down longer and leave it looser if I want, or it does tuck up quite nicely. And lovely cable knit design. This will go under all my blazers. I'm just envisaging it now. And this, oh, it did feel lovely. The fabric is absolutely beautiful. I think I got the right size. I think it sort of just gives me a little bit of leeway there. It's not pulling sort of too tight at the front there. And really lovely fabric, and like the way it sits there. So you've got the little wrap over detail, and you can see the cuff there, you can see the knit. And then the third item I've purchased, I actually went into Next, and normally I don't find anything in their outlet, but I did notice they had some quite nice trainers. So when I went home, they didn't have my size in store. When I went home, I found they were online and they did have my size. So it's these brown leather and suede trainers. Full price, I think, is £50. I got them for £18. £18 something, just over £18. So I've actually ordered these and I'm waiting for them to arrive. They should be arriving tomorrow, I think, so I may not be able to show you them on this week, but I was really pleased with that because I was looking at some other ones from Clark's and Marks and Spencer's and things all around the £50 mark, and these were an amazing price. So they've got the white shoelaces, which I'm not sure if I'm that keen on, but obviously you can always swap the colours over. I could get some brown shoelaces to go with those, but I thought they were a really good pair of trainers. So I'm happy with my three purchases. They're all very sort of foundational type pieces, some knitwear, some trainers. I think they're really going to be useful in my autumn wardrobe. So let me know what you think of those items, and let me know, ladies, those of you that said with the M&S there's an awful lot of synthetics, do you think these are a little bit better quality, and obviously really good prices as well for them? So I was happy with my trip. Now there was a couple of other items in Joules. They actually had the gilet that I bought recently. They had that in navy, and it was actually £45 instead of £65. So there were a few good bargains in there. I couldn't film very much in Joules because it was very busy by the time we got there, but there was definitely some nice items there, worth a trip, good prices, because Joules obviously is a little bit more pricey normally, so you can get some very good bargains there. And if you have been enjoying the video, don't forget to click the like button, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe. That would be great if you could do that. That would really help the channel. Thank you anyway so much for watching this week. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please, as always, give me your comments. Let me know what you think about everything. And I hope you have a good week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Goodbye.